Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Get Your Paint On here this Thursday, March 19th. I got that one right off the rip without any mess-ups. Thank you, everyone.
Nice
I'm going to give myself a little bit of applause. Let's get through our announcements here real quick. After introducing our guests here today, we have Tony Konachek.
Good morning.
And Faye Repas.
Hello, hello.
So we're going to get through the schedule first. So today, obviously, Get Your Paint On. Wednesday is 10 a.m. You got your Dev Hangout. Staff Showdown tomorrow. We've got some sweet things in store for you.
We got a big Warcaster game.
We got a big Warcaster game. We've talked about what's going on with the Warcaster game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I just finished painting up a whole bunch of Continuum stuff.
You're very busy.
I've been very busy.
Yep.
Yeah, I painted up a whole bunch of Continuum stuff
marchers.
so you guys could have a nice cohesive army to see on stream. So that'll be tomorrow at 10. April 3rd is going to be our next hobby hangout, which is next Friday at 10 a.m. Your usual. Subscriptions. The Center Up emote has been unlocked.
We did it.
Now you guys can Center Up target me all the time when I'm messing up. Or Tony too.
I do.
Or whomever is
I'm not nearly as bad as you, though. I'm just going to say that.
Our next emote unlocks at 175 subs, so make sure you guys re-up your Amazon Prime subs or subscribe to the channel, unlock your emotes, and support the stream, which I and everyone else here would very much appreciate.
And thank you, Sonny, for subbing as we're talking about
Oh,
subs.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to Mini Crate. A couple of small things changing here. The Gremlin Spring Break Party ends today, March 19th. We've got Double O Debray through, not February, through July? Yeah, July.
Yeah. Is that right? Sure.
Yeah, July sounds right.
Yep, July, August, something like that.
July.
It begins February 20th.
Yeah.
So that would be 6 months. That's
yeah,
right.
Would be in July. Yeah. Or maybe? I don't know. Math's hard. Let's move on to the not Savage Mini Crate. This is not changing at all. Shiba Tsukune and the model Tenku Sensei. There was no name on it, so I couldn't read it because I'm crazy.
Yeah, it's very small.
That's also my favorite model. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I really want to see it. And then we have our Savage Mini Crate. We have Cull.
Brand new model.
Brand new model. This model actually looks really sick. I have not seen this model yet, or the render for it, for that matter. But this is sweet. It's going to be available through mid-April, April 12th. So you guys got about a month to get that. And then the VIP model, Red Sonia. And then we have Warcaster Kickstarter. Tomorrow is the final day, everyone. We are currently sitting at $396,000. Pledge now. You only have about 38 hours left.
We want to hit 400.
We want to hit 400 by today, if possible, before the mad dash of tomorrow happens. Thank you, everybody who has already backed it, and thank you to everybody who will back it in the future. You guys are great, and these models are great, and I'm excited to show you something right now. Well, not right now because he's putting it in the wrong spot, but I'll show it to you now. We have a Marauder.
Ooh.
We got a Marauder. Let's switch to the other cam so you can actually see it. There we go.
Let's take a look at this bad boy.
All right, so this
Big chunky boy.
is the studio model. They're not going to be silver. I was just doing some quick base coats with a dry brush to get some stuff on there, and then base coating all the red glow, which Tony is going to do on the Vassals right now.
Yep,
So he's got all the studio ones that he's going to help me out here
Reavers
with
here.
a little bit.
I get to do some studio painting
Ooh,
today.
yeah,
Ooh.
Tony's been my apprentice as of late. He's been learning the ways.
Learning the ways of the base coat.
Of the base coat. I mean, Tony's done some pretty good work on other things too.
Yeah.
I can't say anything negative about it. But yeah, we're gonna work on some cool stuff today. So I'm gonna finish up this glow, and you guys can see my center up target. Boop boop boop.
Yeah. How do those center up?
Hungerford is
already
asking
get outside of the center?
what color is the red in the inner lines of the armor. It's red. Just in case you're colorblind, Hungerford, it is red. More specifically, it's Kato red highlight, or base, excuse me. But yeah, it's red. I am going to highlight it a little bit right now with some Inferno orange. So that's the next step.
I am going to start going in these grooves and laying in some Menoth White highlight for where these glows are going to be, and I will show you. So these are not studio. I'm painting the studio models. So the ones I'm showing you are Jordan's personal.
Yeah, so these are the ones
he
that we painted up for, or I painted up for stream.
Yeah, for stream tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So this is one possible future for your Continuum Reavers. Right there. So I'm going to be painting all these little glow lines today.
Lots of glow effects on Warcaster models to signify where the arcanescence goes when they charge the model, when the Warcaster charges the model. So almost everybody has glow effects. It's just kind of a ubiquitous trait of Warcaster stuff.
It's a lot of glow. A lot of glow. There's a lot of glow on these models.
I mean, they look fantastic. If I could ever actually figure out how to do glow effects and make them not just look like, I don't know, fluorescent lights that don't move out into anything, because I'm not very good.
It's just practice. That's all you need. Practice is all you need.
Yeah, I can't concentrate on like small things for very long periods of time. It drives me crazy.
You would hate my job.
I know. I'm really glad I don't do your job.
So I gotta realize I don't have to, like, immediately realizing I don't have to be quite as careful as I would like naturally feel like being, because I can go back in and clean this up, or Jordan can.
Yeah.
Oh, I would
Whatever.
probably be the one who's going to end up doing that.
But
I'll make it hard for Jordan.
Yeah,
Please
force
don't do
Jordan
that.
to go back in and clean it up. Then that's just another thing on his plate.
This center up is not in the right spot.
Well, yeah, you need to put it where you need to put it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can kind of see mine, but we do have our own little center up
Yours is way off too.
tokens. Well, it's not way off. Center up is where I need to
see
put the
what-
model. Yeah,
I
It's
get
for
it.
us,
It's
not
where
for
you
the stream.
put
It's for
the
us.
Can. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. The can top.
The idea, everybody, is that we hide the center up sticker with the model. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
that way you think we're just naturally able to
Yeah.
keep stuff on screen.
Yeah. So it's the sticker is where if you naturally hold the model will appear on camera. That makes sense.
Yep.
Oh man.
So I'm just putting this Inferno orange here in all these spots where the glow is. Try and pop a little bit more of that color in there. And I don't want to put too much because I want it to still remain looking like red glow. So the next highlight that I end up doing will just end
yeah.
up being a little bit of a dot.
So
with brighter
did
color.
you do that silver just to see the sides to
So I did
lighten
it
things up?
So there's a lot of like little spots, like all these little like cording spots in here are supposed to be silver. And instead of like hand picking those out, it's a lot faster to just dry brush over it
And that
and then
makes
layer
sense.
your blacks or
Yeah.
your grays over on top of it. It may or may not have been more time consuming than just hand painting it, but we'll see. Trial and error.
Whatever
Sometimes
gets you
it's hard
through.
to know, you know?
It is actually, like, with some things, it's really hard to know.
Like estimating painting times is
Really difficult.
one of my,
It's
big-
much
big
more difficult than you
challenge
would
for
think if you don't do it on a regular basis.
I'm sure anyone who's done any sort of painting commission or just, timed themselves on trying to get things done on a schedule agrees. If anyone's got awesome tips on how to estimate how long something's going to take outside of
Do it a
painting
lot.
models like a bajillion times.
Yeah, do it a lot, and you'll get better at.
For
I'm
me,
finding your-
it takes as
your
long
pacing.
as I allow myself for it to take, right? So I'm like, all right, in
Well,
a
that's
week
the other
I
thing,
need
right?
models, so I'm just going to dedicate enough time this week until they're done, and then I'm going to stop, and that usually means I'm painting the night before.
Yeah, I've
Sounds
had
exactly like somebody who procrastinates a lot,
quite a few
which is
late
me.
nights.
So I get it.
I like painting. I like having a painted army, but getting myself to start is always the most difficult part, and that's difficult.
So it's looking like Mark has a question about what the Marauder is. Is it one from the artwork, just a dude in an exoskeleton kind of thing, or is it a jack?
No, it's not a warjack. It's a dude in armor.
Yeah,
It's
Karchez
called
armor.
Karchez armor.
Karchez armor.
Yeah, so the Continuum has a lot of like they do a lot of replacement limbs with mechanics and with like other flesh stuff. So like the Grafter will put on like weird hands or stuff like that, but then they can also do various cyborg enhancements as well. So, maybe some of that armor is a cyborg enhancement. Maybe it's all just armor. Who knows? We don't know what's deep down inside of that beautiful, beautiful Marauder.
Is it like, I wonder if it's a whole person, right? Or if it's just parts of a person.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know in depth enough for the Continuum if they replace large parts of a body.
And then the other question is the armor them, like were they put inside and is it attached to them, or can they exit?
Oof. I don't know. I don't want to answer that one. I mean, yeah, so it's definitely not like Convergence in War Machine, where it's just the soul that's keeping the person a person as opposed to a machine. So they've definitely got human bits still in there, but not all of them. There is some lore on our website, Warcaster at Prep 2 Press, but the lore is still getting fleshed out entirely. There's not a ton of lore for what is an extremely expansive universe, and there will be more later. So I will try and answer the things that I can, and then not answer the things that I absolutely can't, because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth.
All right, so I'm gonna rebase coat this armor with some Thamar Black. Let's do it.
I don't know if Karchev was our Lord and Savior. Handley seems to think that he was, and I'm not entirely convinced that he wasn't just happened to be there and happened to want to kill a whole bunch of stuff, so he just went on a murderous rampage. It was just coincidental more than on purpose.
So I'm just going back over here with a quick coat of Thamar Black to pull back the silver. And I'm only really going to do one coat here because I'm going to end up highlighting back over this anyways.
No, not that. Don't do that. Don't call me a Lord and Savior.
No.
Don't do that,
No.
please.
Hey, Faye, do you want to do me a favor?
Maybe.
You want to go... maybe. You want to go grab me the Marauder that's over there on the table so I can show them off, or show off the one that's going to be on stream tomorrow?
And speaking of showing stuff off, we have a little surprise.
Oh yeah, we do have a surprise for you guys
that we
later.
can show off a little later.
A little bit of a surprise.
Something fun.
Thank you, Faye.
I just looked over at that beautiful table, one of Danny's creations that they're going to be playing on tomorrow. It's I'm looking forward to people seeing that.
Hey, we haven't seen it in a long time.
Yep.
It's we've had it on stream before, but it was some years ago. It was a Company of Iron table that Danny built for
Yeah, and I feel like he might have some new
Crucible Guard.
new terrain stuff there, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy.
All right. So this is the one I painted up for tomorrow.
Oof. That thing's so pretty.
I love his plier grip hand.
Yeah, that's not the studio scheme. That's
This
just
is not
your
the studio scheme,
right?
yeah. So you guys might recognize this from the last week's paint stream, I think it was, when I was painting the like purple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we ended up going a different direction with the studio models, which is why I'm repainting them black. So they're gonna have much darker armor. But because those were basically demo models, we absconded with them a little bit and decided to use them for making an army. So we got an army right here.
Yeah.
This is pumice gel on the base.
I was going to
talking a
ask
little
what
bit
you
about it
made that
before.
out as. Yeah, I've heard you mention
The base
it
is
before.
not 100% complete, but it's done enough to show on stream.
So
I had to paint these up really fast. So
can you tell me a little bit about like how to use the pumice gel? Do you just put it on?
You
Is it
scoop-
is it kind of like
you
a texture?
scoop it on out, and then you slap it on the base, and you add some water, and it thins it out. You kind of just push it around.
It comes in different grits, right?
Yes.
I thought you weren't going to say push it around, so I was just going to imagine a bunch of people with just like big piles of pumice gel on their base, and like everything isn't going well.
You gotta like sploosh it around a little bit.
Sploosh, don't.
Squish it around on the base.
Okay.
You have to spread it onto the base.
It's a little bit of work involved.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to work with. Oops, that's. Well.
So Jordan got a question.
Uh-huh.
If you wanted to create a thick wash, something with a lot of contrast, using P3 paints, what would you mix to get that effect?
So I think you're asking a more specific question than it sounds like you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is use P3 mixing medium and paint and a little bit of water is probably your best bet.
That's what I was guessing, but I don't know if they use specific keywords that we're going to get something out at you. So.
I am not your supervisor. Get out of here, Travis.
Travis, I'm fairly confident nobody here is your supervisor.
Correct.
You just do your own thing, and we all appreciate that. Just superheroing over the entire thing.
Travis is the guy who shows up and goes, "All right, this is what I'm going to do." And everybody's like, "Yeah, sounds cool."
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
he's like, wait, I was expecting some resistance here. I was like, nope,
No.
You do you.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah. That's the thing. If something can be done competently and we could trust it to be done competently, it's like, cool, that's one thing less on my plate. All right, sweet.
So it's really funny. I was just thinking about the center up emote, and I was thinking, I was like, wait a second. This is the emote that we hope nobody ever has to use.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll use it.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
mean,
they'll use
I
it.
figure it could
Somebody-
also be used during dev hangouts when people wander off topic and you can stand the center up and be like, "Talk about
Somebody
Talk
was
about what we
just
want you to talk
saying,
about."
What does the center up emote mean to Oz and Hungerford? And I'm like, well, you know what happened yesterday, where they just kind of went on a 10-minute
Yeah.
rant
Did
about
they go on a 10-minute rant yesterday?
about like what's going on around the office with the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. And I was like,
cool.
what do you guys? You know what? I
That's
guess some of
tangent.
this is useful because like it's good to be transparent with the public, but like at the same time, I don't think you guys started the Momponk dev chat until like 15 minutes in.
I'm painting in my PJs. Not right now, obviously, but
Oh God.
at home I'm painting in my
Yeah,
PJs.
I'm working from home and
Pajamas.
working in my PJs. It's literally the best.
Yeah, it is one thing worth mentioning though that as we have more developments with the pandemic, that our live stream schedule may change rapidly. So we're going to try to maintain it as long as we can, but just be aware that that things may change quickly.
Screw Fizzle, unless something goes crazy, I'm on call, but it'll be Oz and Hungerford, but I am on call.
What are you talking about?
To play tomorrow.
Oh, to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you are playing tomorrow.
No.
No, it's
Oz and Hungerford unless
Oh.
something crazy happens.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, they're gonna be playing with a whole bunch of new
whole bunch of new stuff. I mean, I've played enough Warcaster.
No, dang it.
Oh.
What happened?
I did it on purpose. I wanted you guys to be able to use the new emote.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
That was on
I should have
purpose.
yelled center up.
haven't-
I just saw people doing the emote, and I thought it was about you talking about the emote that you never want to see them
Which
use.
is exactly
Right.
the center up emote. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen any from me, so
But that's
apparently
the reason I thought they were using it.
I'm perfect today.
Yeah.
I'm more perfect though. It's okay.
We'll keep these streams going for as long as possible. Coming in for just a couple of people coming in for a couple hours is not that big of a deal, but trying to do more is progressively more dangerous. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've had to on chat correct their rules multiple times. So yes,
Have you
you're
really?
right. Oh yeah.
When they're playing on stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both of their games so far, I've been like, hey, that's not how that works.
Man, it's tough.
I mean, it is tough. And you know what? When I'm playing on stream,
Yeah.
I get things wrong
Those
because
guys are so lazy.
it's true.
It's
It's
getting all
because,
the rules wrong and stuff.
You know, number one, you got dev brain. There's 45 different
Dev brain is a thing.
rules floating around my head for every single thing that we've made.
Also, the rules change constantly.
Constantly.
So
I mean, not
during-
anymore.
during
They're-
development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not even a dev, and I get dev brain because I will play test it during various iterations, and sometimes I get confused by the time
If I were to
final
play the
comes
game right
around.
now, I probably wouldn't play it correctly.
Yeah. I mean, and there's also playing on stream. You have this extra pressure to get everything right because you want to show them how the game really works.
Right.
And then you end up kind of overcompensating, or at least I do. So I don't know.
I think, did I get everything on this guy? Let's
I
take a
mean,
look here.
I can definitely judge Oz and Hungerford, but Hungerford looked at me and went, "No, I don't want that," and I went, "Okay." So.
All right, I'm gonna call this one good. Work on this guy now.
Sure. So, Sedated Mark III has been out for 4 years. That is absolutely true. But like, we had a lot of differences between things that we were doing for Oblivion, a lot of rules for models that like came out completely different than how they went in. You know, we started
CID, so the model rules that might be internally changing.
We started Ashland 2, who's coming out next week, I think the 27th of this month, out as a cavalry model. She changed to a unit. Massive amounts of parts of her changed, and like, you know, we've settled on her. She's done, but like, she's so different than what she started as. So.
Man, this is quite satisfying.
Yeah.
Just sitting here and
Just doing
I'm
some
glad
painting,
you enjoy it.
Just enjoying.
painting gloves.
Lining in glows are like my least favorite.
They're
part.
saying
Yeah.
that you should send her up, but I don't know. You seem pretty fine.
Okay.
I mean, maybe tilt
Maybe
down
he's
slightly.
maybe they're
Travis just wants to give me a hard time.
I
or
think
they're
so.
asking you
He's
to
been
center
wanting
up
to use the
the
center
model.
up, and I haven't been giving a reason.
They're asking you to center up the other model
Oh, this
behind
one.
it. Yeah.
Roink. Let's see. I'll try and get it. Is there a place where it can live where I can paint? And you guys, how's that?
There you go.
That works.
Now you can see
There
the
you go.
top of its head.
Or we'll do that for mine too.
So useful.
There you go. Hi. Hello.
I mean, Screwfizzle asks something about the Troll and Everblight dynamic update. Cost-type Woodsmen are OP, so that doesn't need to be discussed. But almost certainly, the Troll and Everblight will be separate things. They won't be together, but that's all. Unless, of course, something really crazy happens, which could, because pandemic.
That's just kind of the container everything is in, right?
Oh,
Plans are plans unless
Yep, exactly.
pandemic.
Unless they're no longer plans.
I mean, George on Facebook said, "Why do these factions have to look so cool?"
Because
I think-
they're cool.
I think the answer is because that's kind
And
of our
because you
job,
should buy them.
right?
I'm slightly embarrassed because we tried to make a not cool looking faction,
Yeah, right.
and they just keep coming out looking cool. So apparently we are not capable.
I mean, the first few concepts arts from the super secret fourth faction, Sparkle Ponies, or no, Sparkle Unicorns. Sorry, Sparkle Unicorns.
Is that what we're calling them?
That's-
Sparkle unicorns?
That's what I've been calling them.
Excellent. I like it.
they've been looking pretty goofy, so maybe not sparkle unicorns. We might have to go away from that. I don't know.
In before they're actually sparkle unicorns.
No, I'm pretty sure we'll make it awesome.
Who said sparkle unicorns aren't awesome?
Okay.
I kind of like this guy just like that.
Oh, I am way off.
So we need to come up with random fun words for fluff stuff for the next Riot Quest starter right now.
Fluff bits for the models in the next Riot Quest
But just
starter.
random fun words. So,
Flibber stink.
No, wait.
Flibber
What?
stink.
I'm
stink.
I'm on board with this.
That's a good word. Flibber stink. There you go, Hungerford.
Yeah, if we
Just
have to.
off the rip, dude. Right there.
Handley says that people might believe about the sparkle unicorns. If we have to walk back sparkle unicorns, I think that people might be a tad too gullible, and that's discouraging.
Nope. Sparkle unicorns 2021 happening.
Regular flipper stink
not.
or dank flipper stink?
No, flibber.
Flibber.
Or you could do flipper stink. That works too.
FLIBBER.
Some sort of switch
like
shaped
Rebler.
like a plunger.
Flibber stink.
I really want to see Hungerford's
Not
facial
stank.
expression right now.
I mean, flibber stink works too,
mean,
but I think flibber stink is more interesting.
So wait, I'm sorry. What is this describing?
That doesn't have to describe anything. That's the whole point.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to come up with the idea. We were supposed to come up with the name.
Weird words.
You were just coming up with weird words.
Yeah.
Okay.
So flibber stink is a weird word that means nothing, maybe.
I mean, he did put yeet into one of the rules text of Riot Quest stuff. So
Regular flip. Okay. Dank flibber stink.
Dank flibber
Regular flibber stink. Because then the question is, what is an irregular flibber stink? So I vote for regular.
I think you could just say dank and just assume that it's always that way. It seems extreme, but there's no other option.
But you have to have different levels of flibber stink.
yeah, Snow Tiefling said if I can't get them to do sparkle unicorns for Warcaster, I should try and get it done on Monster Apocalypse. And we've had just the weirdest pitch ideas for Monster Apocalypse. So 3 years from now, you might start seeing some weirder stuff. But the next couple of years are pretty
Tony,
normal.
we need a flipper stink emoji.
I'll make it happen. Don't
But what
think
does
I
it
won't.
mean? Why you can't do an emoji of a thing that you don't even know what it means?
Obviously,
I
Faye's
love that this
incapable
can't.
of
Yeah, it can't
understanding.
live in ambiguity.
No.
For Faye.
I am incapable of ambiguity.
So obviously, Faye is not one to just say weird words all the time.
Oh,
I
I'm
happen
sorry.
to say weird things like tomatoes and potatoes a lot because I think the words are really funny. So
No, I say weird words all the time. They just have a meaning kind of, right?
but it's
or at
more
least, like,
important that
something
these
important.
things have zero meaning.
That's just weird.
That's not weird. That's accurate.
Like my pet name for my significant other is Cutie Butt, and that's I see weird stuff like that all the time.
It's not weird.
It's a little weird.
It's adorable.
It's adorable, but it's a little weird, right? And there's other ones that are more weird and personal, but I make up weird words all the time and do weird sounds all the time.
Okay, Faye.
I do. This is really weird that we're having this
This is a
conversation.
weird You took this in an interesting direction.
I'm very protective about my weird noises.
Okay, Faye. Let's move on. What do you think about Convergence of Cirrus?
Why are we talking about God?
I don't know. Why? Jesus, Faye. Wow. All right. So Hungerford, how's your day going today? Please enlighten me as to your
Toki.
Toki Doki.
No, I don't need to center up. I'm right on point. Thank you.
I think
Faye is right
Faye
where
needs
she
have
means
a
to
center
be.
up emote. Let's throw a couple center up emotes Faye's way.
Fine. I'll center
Fine.
up.
Okay.
I'll center up.
Thank you, Faye.
I think I almost got this guy done too.
Oh man, Bethane 2. Hungerford's pitched ideas are real cool, so we shall. That's gonna be great stuff to see.
Bethane 2?
Yeah, she's
For
she's-
Riot Quest? Or
No,
for
no, no, no.
War
She's
Machine?
a baseline hordes thing. So there will be a
Thing.
wave of Legion stuff, and
nice.
Bethane 2 will be one of them.
Always liked that model. Thought it was a lot of fun.
Whoa. I might have just painted on the camera. Oops. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, it's all right. You disrespect me. It's okay.
I have not actually completely caught up. I know, blasphemy, with the Henschel scrolls because I always wait for the condensed version to read them all at once. So I'm caught up to the fifth one, the fifth condensed version, and I'm sure there will be a new condensed version soon. So I know. I'm doing things super wrong here, but. Yeah, I've loved the Henschel scrolls, and I hope everybody else has loved the Henschel scrolls. We're constantly talking about how to keep those kind of interesting things going, and I'm really looking forward to the future of doing that kind of stuff. So we shall see what ends up happening.
Tomatoes. That's what's going to end
Tomatoes.
up happening.
Tomatoes will happen.
Yep.
Okay, I feel like with the amount of time that's left, I'm going to finish this one up, and then I'm going to start actually painting in the red glow.
You mean you should paint something other than just white?
Yeah,
little,
you just
little
watch me paint
specks?
Manoth White highlight on.
See, Tony, this stuff takes a while.
Well, that's fine. It's just kind of zen.
I kind of really like. I know that the silver isn't staying, but I actually really like the black next to the silver next to the red. I think it looks really
I
interesting.
mean, there's going to be a certain amount of silver. Like, some of the silver is
Oh,
going to change
sure.
to like a greenish silver.
Yeah.
Oh,
But like the gun is going to stay somewhat silver.
Like this is going to stay silver.
Nice. I don't know. I'm just really liking the black, silver, red, but that's cool that most of it's going to be sticking around.
I probably too. How do we spell Karchev armor on the Marauder? It's
Karchev.
Karchev, but it's with a
Karchez.
Z instead of a V.
Karchez armor.
Zoo, not vampire.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Vampire as your go-to. I guess that is a good go-to V word. I'm trying to think of another
It's
go-to
like,
V
can you
word.
think of a V word that's work appropriate? That's not.
Loop.
Did you just say vloop? Mm-hmm. There you go, Hungerford. There's one for you. Vloop.
Loop.
We got a funky word out of Faye.
Not Vlad. Not
Indeed.
VoIP.
I don't think that's a
Loop.
I don't think that's a gear card. I think that's the cannon sound effect that happens when spawn gates dump something out of them.
No, that's what happens when the fake spawn gate comes out.
Vloop.
It starts making the vloop noise instead of people just like coming out. Like it just makes this really sarcastic noise
can
every
we talk
time.
about
somebody
how the
teleports
stream
there?
has devolved into weird sound effect stream?
I mean, it was Hungerford's fault.
It is in fact Hungerford's fault. We can blame it.
I mean,
On him.
center up, Hungerford. Also, you need to center up. Haha.
Calm your face.
All right, now I'm just going to be making some very, very thin Khador red base, and I'm going to glaze it over the Menoth White highlight. That's looking okay.
I don't think Voss makes a sound vloop. I think that Voss makes angry person sounds because Voss is an angry person.
Just having fun, base coating things
Heck yeah.
and stuff. So we're getting there.
I'll got a lot.
Hungerford just said when somebody spawns from a normal gate in Riot Quest, it makes an elevator ding, and when they spawn from the
Ding.
fake gate, it makes a random animal noise. And that's great.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
super happy with that. That auditory
Adjustment to canon.
Yeah. I mean, now when we play Riot Quest on stream, we're gonna have to make those noises.
Oh,
It's
no.
canon now. It's gonna be required.
What have you done, Hungerford? What have you done?
I don't know. I mean, he's done something that he's totally okay with
No, of course.
existing. So it's the rest of us. Can the rest of us deal with it?
I mean, I've dealt with Hungerford long enough. I feel like I can deal with Hungerford a little bit longer.
True enough.
Can you go a little thicker with this? I'm not sure. Jordan, what do you think? You're the guiding force on this model. I was kind of glazing in the.
Oh, you gotta go
kit,
thicker
but
than that.
Thicker. It's got to be thicker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I steered you wrong. So, Faye, can you help us find... Oh, red ink. Found it right here. So,
Whoa! Don't
don't worry. Didn't break
Careful.
things
anything.
at painted models.
So, you're going to mix... You're basically going to water it down Kato Red base with red ink and a teeny bit of water.
I'm gonna. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have water?
So I got. Yeah,
He's
I
got water.
here. So I'm gonna put this where I can see. So there's Kato Red base.
Nice.
I'm gonna get a brush of water.
You'd probably use a little bit more Kato Red base than that.
Oh, more.
Yeah. Because remember, the ink is going to add fluidity as well.
Okay. And then using the ink.
I'll tell you when you get to an appropriate amount.
Burp.
Keep going. Just keep going. Yep. Yep. There you go.
So that was like six
Six?
to eight
It's
drops.
A lot of red ink, yeah.
So even
That's
more
pretty-
importantly,
pretty sticky around the
Tony,
edge.
how many shots does it take for you to deal with Hungerford's ideas?
How many shots
Yeah,
of
None.
alcohol?
clearly.
Oh, I've got a full stock bar in here.
I mean, I don't drink, so
No mixers. It's all solid booze.
So dealing with Hungerford can be difficult sometimes.
Sometimes?
Usually, it entails putting headphones on and looking,
Yeah, I mean, you work
looking
right next to
away.
It's a very effective strategy. Headphones on, no eye contact. You're just blocking out all your sensory input, and that shuts it down.
I mean, I will say that office
Center
is
up.
regularly the most interesting place to walk into.
It
in this
really
building.
is, especially when we've all like gotten on a tangent about
Tony,
some
if
kind
it's
of
too
crazy
watery,
comic
just
thing.
add some more Kato Red base.
Seems much better now, and like
I might add a little bit more Kato Red
even
base.
add a little more. Okay.
I can't let Hungerford go to sleep because he like whenever
You
anybody
can't let him go to sleep.
Well, so they said that I should just make him drink until he falls asleep. But we
Okay.
can't let him fall asleep because he comes up with all the really weird ideas whenever we need something that's super weird and different. So like, yeah, no, it's we do need him. He does exist for a reason.
Oh.
So if you want to do a similar green glow, is it green ink? Do you always put ink into your glows like that? Or
Yeah, I try to, just because it ups the saturation a lot.
yeah.
So you get a lot more of that red out of there.
Yeah, so you're kind of making a weird combined ink paint watered down thing to
Yeah,
just get
it's
into.
a way to water down, and like get better flow out of a paint and
Yeah.
keep its saturation level without.
And you just put that straight over a
Watering down the pigment.
usually a white to make it come out.
Yeah. Because like you look at the shoulder, and that's really bright, right? In there,
Yeah.
Right. So that white base coat really helps sell that
The
glow.
fact that it's a light and not a just a solid orange brick.
Yep.
And I would like to reiterate that
People are saying that you center up, but you seem fine. Like you're slightly off
me?
center.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People are just wanting to use their emotes, so
I know
they're just being really aggressive about
Travis
it.
is being a little aggressive, I think.
he's kind of a ringleader.
It's true.
But
Ouch.
these glows are going to get cleaned up. So what you're looking at right now is not necessarily the final shape. These are some of these lines are very thin. Like these areas here are pretty open, but I wanted to make sure that I got all that Menoth white base in there, and then now the red. So I am not being super careful about having the paint only stay in the crevice, and so this will mean that Jordan will have to go back in and
All right.
overpaint.
Hungerford actually has a serious question.
Yeah.
I know, it's surprising. He wants shiny lacquered black armor. Should he
No.
do a gloss coat?
Nope.
Good. I thought not.
I mean, dude, paint models the way you want to paint them.
Oh.
They'll look shiny, but
What would you do if you wanted to make something look?
I would
shiny.
go back to maybe 5 or 6 streams ago and check out our video on painting black carapace.
Like yeah, I think it's called How to Paint Reflective Armor.
Interesting.
Was that what we titled it?
I believe so.
Okay, and that should be on YouTube, so you guys
Well, there you go.
should all be able to pull that up.
Already dealt with. Oh, they're all saying it was the Scissorax paint stream.
Scissorax
I
is
try
a
to
good
watch all the streams, but sometimes I'm busy running around the office.
Scissorax,
at the time.
the Scissorax is a good one for, if I remember right, it's definitely a good one for painting blacks.
Yeah.
Different types of blacks, but there are a couple out there that are specifically for the very reflective, specular
Yeah.
highlights that appear in like metallic reflective armor.
I mean, that's pretty much what we did on that armor, or what I did.
Yeah. Scissorax is it's a big, huge bug bull, like it's got weird.
Thank you, Darth
horns.
Arcana.
Yeah. And he likes to ram things. He's a big boy.
Thank you, Darth Arcana, for the subscription.
Snow Tiefling, is your favorite Savage Form monster a bee? Because if it is, you're wrong. No, that's a bad pun. Handley said that Scissorax is a buggernaut. And
All right, I kind of like that.
I
like that, actually.
I can't deal with it. It's too much.
It's a buggernaut. Hungerford, there's another word for you, buggernaut.
Oh man. So if you want like a super high gloss white, how would you even
God.
start to think about that? That just seems crazy.
You know what I would do? I would think about it briefly, realize it was a bad idea, and then unthink it.
That is what I
Give
thought
myself
the
a
correct answer
demerit
was.
for having it enter my brain
However,
in the first place.
if you want a real answer, because that was a lie and not a real answer, because it can be done, you probably just end up painting like a really dark gray and like have really shiny, almost non-metallic metal highlights.
Oh, so it's not actually white. It just, by comparison to the
I mean,
highlights,
when
it
you're
makes everything
painting
look
white anyways, you're generally not painting white. You're
True,
painting
true.
gray.
Yeah.
So it's usually whenever you're painting something glossy, it's more of a treatment of the highlights than it is anything else.
Yeah, you're putting the gloss on manually, kind of.
Right. You're painting in the glossy reflection on the armor that would appear there naturally were it glossy.
This looks kind of awful right now. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
know it's not going to stay that
It's so
way.
gross. That's part of the reason why I hate doing the glow, because you always have to do it first.
Yeah.
and it takes forever, and it looks god-awful.
terrible.
And if you ever accidentally make a mistake, you yell and scream.
Well, I mean, we've talked about
That's why you do it first,
Yeah.
so that when you make the mistake, it doesn't matter, because then you're just going to go back over it like I'm doing here.
We've talked about this before, that like, you know, if I wasn't kind of following the instruction already and having confidence that this is just the stage of doing this, this might be a part where I would starting to be doubting myself if I wasn't aware of what was going to happen, just because it was like, this isn't working out the way I thought, it doesn't look as cool as I thought it was going to, and, you know, it's not done. It's not finished.
I mean, Travis,
Give it some time to percolate.
He's worried about using the center up emote. You should use the center up emote, but like, if somebody's moving something to the side to get one part in, like Jordan literally just did, he moved it slightly to the side to get painted around one part. Like, you know, give them 2 seconds to see if they center up.
Yeah, generally I'm gonna correct, but if I'm like painting the underside of something, like.
All right.
You know what? You guys come try and do this. Okay? And
there it is.
Centered up. All right. And then you tell me that it's easy.
I feel like this emote.
And then I'll be able to center up all over your faces with emotes. Just like spam the heck out of them when you guys are like painting behind you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that this center up emote might have been disastrous.
And
no, it's great. I love it.
And I think all of you need to highlight that clip on Twitch of Jordan losing it on stream. And we've got about 10 minutes. We do have a hard out at 11 today, and we want to show off the surprise that we brought in. We want to do that, but I also would like to put on the next layer of glow, at least partially, on what I'm working on. So can you tell me, is it still Heartfire?
Yeah. No. So we're gonna go Inferno Orange.
Okay.
And then Heartfire. And Heartfire, you're just going to do like dots.
Straight each one?
Here.
Oh, man. Doing the dot is... I mean, on that Marauder is probably pretty easy because the Marauder has nice, like, even lights.
Oh, yeah. So while he's looking at that, I'm going to show you guys all about doing this, this like, glossy finish, right?
Oh, man.
So you guys are asking about, like, glossy armor, right? So like this this is almost finished right here, right? So you see how it's got that kind of reflective quality to it already? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your like really bright color
So, no Tiefling wants to challenge me to a game of Monpok.
Be prepared to lose.
Well, not necessarily.
Face
so
Cutthroat.
If this was War Machine, I would say I'm Cutthroat because I trained myself in tournaments on War Machine.
Yeah,
but I trained myself in playtests on Monpok. So I am super not clean on my Monpok play because we just take stuff back in playtests because we always assume that everybody's always making the best choice. Or we go out of the way to like make medium choices all the time. So, yeah.
Sometimes you just want to see what happens.
Yeah, playtest environment is always artificial, and that's how I learned how to play the game is in the playtest environment. So I'm actually probably not that good of a player, tournament-wise. Now,
so yeah, that's what you're looking at for your like bright, glossy, reflective armor.
Wow.
Is like an idea, right? Obviously, it's not super polished, but.
Are you now going to have to finish that on that entire model because you started it?
I mean, I might go around and do it eventually, but...
I mean, it's on stream tomorrow.
I'm certainly not doing it today.
I mean, I love it. That looks amazing, and I am very interested to try and do that on my my Flames, my Thamrite themed army, which has dark blue. I want to try and put a little bit of gloss on the Warjacks, but probably not the rest of the army. I think I might give that a try.
It's fun. It's not too bad, and it doesn't require a lot of blending either. You can do it with like rough blends, and it looks good still. So
man, I was way off camera.
Yeah, where's the center up emotes for Tony? He doesn't get a free pass,
Travis,
guys.
center up.
Unacceptable.
Oh my gosh.
No free passes for Tony.
Gosh. I mean, I can't stomp anybody at War Machine. I am 100% confident there are better players than me. So, no. Now, with trolls, I will stomp anyone. If it's a troll v troll game, I will show everyone how amazing the trolls are.
Look at the troll flex coming from Faye.
I can't.
All right.
Someone
needs
trolls are always they were my first faction, and they've always been the thing that I've like trained myself to be the best at. So it's the one thing that I'm just like, no, that's not.
I
kind of
feel the
trolls.
same largely with Scorn. I would have to like practice again because it's been a while, but like when I was playing Scorn a ton, like I like to think that I was pretty darn good at playing Scorn.
Yep. Yeah, I think we've got a playtest scheduled for next week for War Machine.
Did we ever play when I was playing Scorn?
We haven't played that often. We've played, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times ever. I think most of the time you were playing Minions? No, what were you playing? No, you were playing Scorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've played Scorn the longest, by far.
Yeah.
I still have that army that I started last year.
Ooh.
Or was it last year? Yeah, it was definitely last year. Because I've only been doing this for like a year, so.
Yeah.
And I painted them on stream, so. I would like to finish that army at some point. Although it's probably a little outdated now. We will see.
Oh man, you got 7 minutes left. Should we switch over to the surprise?
The surprise is only going to take a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what the surprise is. You guys are messing everything up. Oh, what is it?
That's the surprise, Faye.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen these yet?
I have not seen these yet.
Oh,
these
really
are
cool.
amazing. Please tell me these are going somewhere, and
they're going on sale very soon.
Oh man, I had a crazy idea to do something very
I
similar
love how I
to
just
this.
showed the new thing off to Faye for the first time, and nobody else gets to see it yet.
And I will not spoil it by saying what my idea was, except for that I had a similar idea, but I want to make something like cuter than that. But
yeah.
That's great.
It's cool, and it looks good too.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really good.
Yeah, I love when we can do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So I think I got this glow, but I really want to go in and clean up.
Did looking at this one help you out, Tony?
Yes. Yeah, it gave me some context for what you're talking about. But if I clean up these edges, it'll be a lot easier to see what. Am I centered up there? There.
Jordan Rage was this. Honestly, that's not even rage. You've never heard me rage before. Tony, I think Tony has been one of the few people who's heard me like actually angry before.
I've seen him go off. Yeah.
I've seen you very frustrated.
It's rare.
But that it's not anger. It's just.
That's actually very accurate.
Yeah.
Jordan doesn't rage. He just gets frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that one day I was legitimately angry. I was very, 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 very spicy day.
Sassy Jordan is sassy.
That was sassy. Well, I definitely have my sassy days.
Yeah. But I mean,
Spicy
sass
Jordan
can
is a
also be
thing.
fun, right?
Man, I was on fire last night too. Man,
Yeah.
I was playing games with some of my friends, and I was just ripping off jokes one after another.
Those are my favorite. Having a good time with people playing games and just everybody's just firing off trash talk.
Oh no, we'll get to P3 painters. We'll do it.
Maybe.
Pretty
We
sure.
have time. Oh yeah, I don't know if we'll have time today.
Oh.
But there. Okay.
Are you
So
gonna skip it?
look at this magnificence. This is a sweet looking model, but look at that glow, and you can totally see like even on here
Does he have glowing knee
differences.
pads?
He does have glowing knee pads.
That is.
Welcome.
I would never have
to
noticed
Warcaster.
that.
Yeah.
That is. That's a
Many
choice.
glowing-
That's a choice.
Many glowing knee pads. All right, so this block
Pretty
is
good.
pretty much done.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna set that down right here, and then
Oh,
let Jordan finish up. We'll show off the old
surprise.
surprise. Yeah. In fact, I'll fill my screen with
I'm gonna have to do that. Red
interesting
back
looking
later.
things.
Wait, is Jordan showing it? Who's showing?
Yeah.
Jordan's got it.
All right, folks.
Jordan's the host of the show.
It's true enough.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh man,
Get this back over here in the corner.
just
to hang
kind
out,
of
just to hang out.
off in the corner.
All right. So I don't know how many of you guys here like Mompoc at all, but I like Mompoc a lot, and I had a ton of fun painting this guy. And we now have, I don't know if you can see who this is.
Oh man,
I think it's pretty obvious.
It's pretty obvious.
it's pretty obvious.
So,
It doesn't show up quite as well and on camera as in person, but yeah, it looks pretty good.
We have a wonderful translucent green Globicus that is going to be going on sale very soon.
Yeah.
Tony, do you remember what specifically they said?
Today or tomorrow.
Excellent.
Yeah, so at least by tomorrow, but keep
So
your eyes
I think our
open
original
today.
plan was to have these at Adepticon, and obviously because Adepticon unfortunately is no longer a thing that's going to be happening this year, we're going to be having them on our website for you guys to buy.
Yeah.
So you got
Yeah.
Globicus
that is Globicus.
A, and then you have his second form here.
Have we seen anybody take the resin Mompoc figures and do anything with LEDs with them?
You know what?
I have to
The
believe
next hobby
that somebody
hangout,
has done
we
it.
should have Danny do that
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Done deal.
Yeah.
We'll talk to him after.
because it's really easy.
Yeah. And it would also
So-
be very, very cool with a already translucent model like that.
Yep. Well, the cool thing too is that like you can paint it or you can leave it translucent, and you can paint the buildings and stuff that are
So he glows
Coming out of
around the
them. Yeah,
buildings. Yeah. Or
which is
it
cool.
glows around the buildings.
Yeah. So you can get Snow Tiefling. You can buy like brush-on primer. There are various different companies that'll sell it, and you can use brush-on primer to paint, to base coat all those things. So they do not come with LED lights, but you can definitely put LED lights in them.
Yeah, and RuneWise has it's a very cool hyper form.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you everybody so much for showing up today
Yeah.
and hanging out with us while we paint some sweet stuff. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow on the stream. I'll be tuning in to, to watch the stream for the game.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see these guys on stream.
Yeah, I'll be
Pretty
there
cool.
to correct Oz and Hungerford.
That sounds fantastic. You should definitely do that. Don't forget, everybody, Kickstarter, Warcaster Kickstarter is live. Tomorrow's the last day. We're really close to the 400K mark. Please help us get there. Thank you, everybody who's back. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today.
Yep.
And we'll see you later.
Be safe.
Stay
Thanks
safe.
for watching.